Sorry, it was a little technical problems. So we yesterday spoke about the how important it is not only to say the right words to a child, but also to present the right way. So as Hashem will continue, it includes also to teichucha, and to say we want to give a mussar for our child. Although the mussar itself is the child knows that it's for him, for his benefits. But the mussar will influence the child only when it will be presented the right way. So what's the right way? There's an interesting statement from Mesilas Yesharim. Mesilas Yesharim states as follows: "Vehinai, nechoyves udam ba'ilumai." A very, very powerful words of Mesilas Yesharim. Mishum says as follows: "Vehina ma she'iranya chazal, sheha'odam lo nivre elo leis'anek al Hashem v'leihunes meziv shchenusay." A person, a human being, was created to have leis'anek al Hashem, to have ta'anug from Hashem. Ulehenois meziv shchenusay, to have pleasure of Eibishter's Shechina. Shezehu atanug ho'amiti v'ho'idon hagudo. The biggest pleasure, the biggest pleasure a person can have in this world is tanug ha'amiti v'ho'idon hagudo mekol ha'yidoinim shechoy le'mutze. The biggest tanug is to be in the hand of Shechina. It's a very powerful statement from Mesilas Yesharim. That person human being was created to be in the hene for tanug, hanoah, and pleasures, to be in the hene from Ziva Shechina. So throughout this Mesilas Yesharim statements helps us to understand a little bit, to create certainly a certain approach in Chinuch. The she'ifa, what drives to avodas Hashem, it's be'etzem the she'ifa to tanug and oinig arochni. Meaning to say, when a person has she'ifa to be connected with Ribono Shel Olam, and be'etzem beneath this desire is a tanug in anol rochni. Therefore, when the parents are, we are trying to be mechanech our kids to avodas Hashem, it has to, all the peulas, all the action that we provide to a child has to match with tanug un idun hagudel lisanag al Hashem. Meaning to say, more deeply speaking, the main aim when we are mechanech our kids, the aim has to be the words and the behaviors and the phrases that parents release has to match with this concept of lisanag al Hashem. We want our words to elevate the child, to pick the child, and to guide the child to tanug. Anything which is therefore this is the path, and we have to, all our approaches and statements have to match this path, has to fit into this concept, lisanag al Hashem. All statements, all the behaviors, all the words which does not fit in this concept of lisanag al Hashem, which destroys the tanug, as medicine can't be defined as a chinuch, because the chinuch is we train in the child to go in lihisanig. So all the tools, all the words we have to help him has to be tanug, tools from tanug to help to achieve the tanug. All the peulas that does not match to elevate the child to tanug, it's anti-chinuch. I'll give you an example. Let's say, all parents want the child to be a good kid, good child, to be a righteous Jew, to learn Torah, to daven. Best thing to learn Torah, to daven is tanug arochni, is idun. But however, we see that for some people, davening and learning is not, at least it's not tanuk, it's a certain lachatz, it's a pressure. So why for some people davening is connection to the Ribono Shel Olam, dveikos in the Ribono Shel Olam, Torah is dveikos in the Ribono Shel Olam, it's tanuk, and for other people is a burden? The answer for this is all depends how the way was presented to them. The tanuk lisaneg al Hashem, a person will have a pleasure out of connection with Ribono Shel Olam only when this was introduced to him, was presented to him of a tanug, of a form of a tanug. When Ribono Shel Olam was presented to a child not in the form of a tanug, is then the whole Ribono Shel Olam's avodas Hashem is not tanug. So we have the path is lisaneg al Hashem, lo nivro el lisaneg al Hashem olehunos meziv shchenusoi. That's the aim, that's the goal. So we have to provide and help child to go and achieve that goal. It only can be achieved only if being presented the guide of the child on pleasant manners. So again, everything which does not match this aim is not considered chinuch. Self-understood, to tell the child, you're a bad boy, your behavior is not okay, it's forbidden to do so and so. Anyone who does so, anyone who behaves like you will get an oynish, will go to Gehenna. This approach destroys the aim of lisaneg al Hashem. It destroys completely. So what we're trying to we can never achieve lisaneg al Hashem if it was presented in a better form. In order to set the child and to be takalis on it, to pull out the unig from avodas Hashem, is throughout the positive chinuch. It's very not conventional approach in the chinuch, but that's how the Mesilas defines the person. Ha'adam lo nivre elo lisaneg al Hashem. We want our child to have oidig out of avodas Hashem. We want our child to down properly. Many parents complain that their kids they're not interested in davening, not interested in learning. What's pshat? They're rejecting lisaneg, the oinig, the hanoah, the pleasure. How can it's not shaykh? It's not shaykh to reject avodas Hashem, which is the biggest pleasure a person can have. So why the kids, why teenagers, girls or boys, they're rejecting avodas Hashem, lisaneg al Hashem? The answer for this is because it was never presented to them as lisaneg al Hashem. Again, I would like to make very clear: the aim of every single Jew, is to achieve that his creation to lisaneg al Hashem, and that's the aim. And all the tools and all the words and all the action they have to help the child to achieve there. Words are which destroying that lisaneg al Hashem are not considered chinuch. Let's say sometimes we want the child to wake up early in the morning, and we condemn the child. We start to put him down. We want our child to learn basmod and yeshiva or to daven better. We condemn. All the pressure we use, we criticize the child. All these words, the pressure, the criticism won't help the child to achieve his original creation of lisaneg olehunos meziv shchenusoi. Sometimes we see this very, very gewaldige word from Orchas Tzadikim. Sometimes we see parents, want the child to go earlier to sleep, so he wakes up early in the morning. And wish the parents stand on the child like a helicopter and go to sleep, and criticizing and pressuring the child. What happens at the end of the day? The child does not go to sleep, and stuff understood. He wakes up very late in the morning. He doesn't go to yeshiva, doesn't go to cheder. Starts the whole problem starts. But at the moment when the child starts to command, when the parents commands the child, controls certainly, and the child does not follow up with the parents' commands, so the parents usually get very aggravated, very angry at the child. The reason why the parents we get aggravated, we get angry on the child, is because we're missing knowledge, which Orcha Tzadikim points out. Orcha Tzadikim says as follows in Sharakas: when you come and you pressure someone, then you're putting the person in a position that he will get hard, he will get harsh. He will have rebellion against you. He will never surrender. The reason why what Shlomo Melech says in Kehelas, you have to speak benachas, you have to speak pleasantly, use words, is in order for a person to accept what you tell him, it has to present it to a person, especially to a child, benachas. But here is gewaldige discovery, what Orcha Tzadikim discovers to us. He's saying that that's the nature of human being. Let's be more practical. It's a nature when you command, you put pressure on the child to go early to sleep. Be aware that he will resist it, he'll reject it. He will definitely go late to sleep. If you're controlling the child and condemn the child to why didn't they wake up earlier in the morning, he will dafka fakir, because that's the rule. That's the rule in the Bria. That's the rule of the human nature. When you pressure me, when you put lachatz, he is resisting your message. He will never surrender. So therefore, it's important to be aware of this Orcha Tzadikim, so we won't waste our time in the pressure that gets constantly, because it won't produce it won't provide us with any kind of results. For sure positive, but it will provide us negative results. That's for sure. I wasn't planning to say grew, but okay, we'll start it today, and tomorrow we'll continue to grow. It's conventionally we think that to dominate, to control people, we will achieve results. Yes, we will achieve external results, meaning to say when you force child to go to sleep, you can force him, you can break him to go to sleep earlier. However, he will externally follow up, but in turn he will break, and the child will take a revenge in long term of this action. So it's something which is b'chalal. It's not even important to bring examples how damaging is to controlling behavior, dominating, pressuring, because we all know if the parents want to understand the child, if the parents want to understand how painful it is innerly to be controlled and dominated and pressured, parent can check himself and let us analyze how do we feel, parents, when we are being controlled, dominating. How we feel when someone comes, we'll feel like someone comes and pressures to give him tzedakah. How a parent feels, it feels like very controlled, dominated. It's very painful to be controlled. So these things, that we should not do whatever painful to us, we should not do to our kids. The same as it's painful to us to be controlled and dominating, so it's painful to a child also. However, sometimes we don't understand. We don't be controlled, but we do control. So we don't do pressure, but we do pressure, right? It's the same reason why you pressure. The same reason you have to pressure your child, someone else has pressure to pressure you, right? But however, that's very clear, and it's something which is b'chalal out of discussion, that controlling and dominating and pressuring won't bring any results. We have to go on the path of Lisanag al Hashem, and Lisanag al Hashem will appear in the life of a child only when child was we will present to a child the derech Hashem of a pleasant oifen. Bez Hashem will be mamshuk tomorrow. I'm sorry again for the technical issues that we had today. Tomorrow we will continue.